Turkey, leaving for Fethiye.
It's our first stop at Phaslis or Phaslis.
Here's what we're going to see at this site here. There's a lady there with her goats, doing some goat herding. And here's what pomegranates look like growing on their tree.
The island Rhodes in about 9th century BC. This is the earliest part of this site that we are going to see.
This is Mount Olympus, right across the bay from Phaslis.
If there was something good field, people were coming here. It was collected in the Greek world, but after the Roman period, Romans bath. So the Roman bath is one of the interesting part of this city.
Well, here we are in the Bath Gymnasium complex. And here are the wild dogs of Phaslis.
Of any Roman settlement or Roman city without a bath. The heat was going through. So that they didn't know, of course some. But from here, you can really see the either side here. Look, at the end of this over there is the West Harbor. Can you see from here to the streets? Yeah? Known as Domitian Agora.
There's this ancient lady sitting up on that 2,000-year-old wall with Connecticut friends. This is the western area of the street. Just coming down here. And a nice yacht in the bay. And there's Mount Olympus in the background. And this there's one of these lonesome pine growing on the rocks. Go ahead.
There's one root, a tiny one, and one more big fat one. It's holding this whole tree.
This huge tree is hanging over the cliff.
Now I'm descending for this interesting greenhouses. The valley,
Here's the valley of the greenhouses we're coming into now.
Tomatoes.
Minutes. Stop here.
Okay, this is the town where St. Nicholas was born and practiced. Noel
Turkey. Before, this was all empty area where the bus were parked. It was something brand new. It's only a couple of months.
So Santa Claus was born in Turkey. He was a Greek Turk. Now everyone's going into the St. Nicholas Church. Here goes the group.
This construction we are looking at, it is not exactly known of the 3rd and the beginning of the 4th century. So the 4th century, that's why this is the official date in town called Patara. P-A-T-A-R-A. Name of this city, Demre, in the 4th century, and that's where he lived for the rest of his life, and this is also where he died. And all his life, he worked.
Apparently not. It doesn't look very temporary.
Because to protect this area here.
Okay, we're inside the cathedral now. These are the blonde, blue-eyed girls, owners of this restaurant here.
Now you have to give her a hug. You need to.
These are their uniforms. Your hand. These are cute, aren't they? This is Myra here.
Look at those tombs. Civilization. Lyceans. Especially the life after death culture. Because when that person dies, it was never believed that he or she died for them to be buried, for the families. Wealthy ones holding there where they worked hard, shaped out.
Here's some masks of the tombs. These are the death masks. That's a father and son or father and daughter relief here in the center. Hey, go!
Fix that up. Now it was balanced before he balances that block.
I see.
Whatever you do.
You're doing a lot of archaeological fixing up here. Really amazing.
Did you see the rescue in Atlanta?
This past tour, this is the English town, 1,000. above sea level, with about 2,000 tourists that put up all kinds of English bars, Irish bars, coffee shops, etc. It's very unapologetic structure.
We're going through a forest on our way to the deserted city.
I gave us a long lecture about the Turkish-Greek relationships, the history that led to the abandonment of this town. Must be similar towns in Greece, finally becoming friends again. Ahmet told the story of his grandfather.
It's a big one.
And a friend of his grandfather that came from the same village
Biggest ghost town
in Turkey, and
of Asia
how
Minor.
one came back from Greece, they went back.
Where once upon a time almost, nearly all these people looking at around Turkey.
There's a bunch of the deserted buildings on the side of the town. Maybe 150, 200 structures up there. A lot of pomegranate trees here. This could be a deserted ghost town up.
Since it is located about like 2,000 feet altitude, when you look at those hills, and behind those hills, it's a great settlement during the Lycean period. Remember yesterday I was trying to tell you about their settlement was on the northern slope of the hills where the up there. So they picked this spot here in about 3rd century BC during the Lycean period because this is the beginning of this great valley, which goes about 2 miles to the north and then 3 miles to the south, where they grow their food, vegetables. So this is where the food was coming from, and the water was here, the spring also was here. New life country, Istanbul, Bursa, Izmir, there are towns also. And if you go to those towns, in Istanbul there is an area called Saloniki part. Salonika they call it. Because those Muslims who came from Salonika established their union there, and that part of the town of Istanbul called Salonika. And the same thing is in Athens. If you go to Athens, there is a certain part of the town called Smyrna, Izmir. Those who had to leave Izmir established community there, so that area called Smyrna. Or people who left the Black Sea town of Trabzon. When they went to Greece, they established their city there. Still see a little bit blue painting also, where they were painted blue. And when the people came from Greece also, there's several of them still living. For example, look over there, it is occupied.
So she's got
This one
plants
is
in the window.
Yes. And further over there, there's some few of them occupied too. Like this one is occupied, who owns this coffee here, cafeteria. And I don't know, I think they're from Salonika, this family here originally. And he was born here, of course, but his father and his family from Salonika too.
They've got this vine growing from a tree, supported by the tree for these gourds here, this courtyard.
And everything, and it can be seen in different museums. In 23, when the Turks came here, it was used as a mosque for some time, but now the main street of the town over there, where you can see that pink lady there, pink dressed lady there. Can you see this part of her? Over
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
So this is one of the main streets of the town. Once you start walking there, it eventually turns left over there, goes behind those houses, and then you can come back again there. Okay? And if you turn left there, people in Turkey thought that those Muslim Greeks, when they came here, oh, these guys have a blood, the Greek blood. Okay? And the same story also for those Orthodox people here, when they went to Greece, they didn't welcome them. They said, oh my God, these guys must have the Turkish blood.
So they didn't belong anywhere.
Why? Because they have different cultures.
Yeah.
Okay? But because, but it takes time to adjust. Huh? So we have still certain regions in this country.
Yeah, I'm climbing a very steep path up to the top of the mountain, probably about 3,000 feet, to look at a chapel and a windmill that was up there. And this is just an amazing display of 400-year-old deserted homes. You can just picture the Greek Orthodox people living here. There's a little chimney set into the side of the building. That's where I'm heading up to that chapel. Probably about halfway up now. It's an amazing